make you welcome to Enterprise Morning, reaching you from Enterprise Television. I am Henry Igwibiki.
And I am Kendi Bordering.
All right, let's kickstart today, Monday morning, with everything we have coming from our newspapers. And right after that will be our main conversation also for today. Please do well to be part of what we do have a say. In what we say, you can always find us or reach us when you visit us at enterprisetvnews.com. You may equally like, comment, and follow us on all our social media platforms at Enterprise TV7. We're very so honored to have with us right here in our studios, Barrister Ufeli, Barrister Law Public Affairs Analyst, to see through all that we have from our newspapers. And from there, we'll move on to our main conversation for today. Good morning, Barrister, and welcome.
Good morning.
Thank you so very much for your time.
My pleasure.
All right, so let's kickstart today, Kende.
Okay, so we have on Vanguard, just on the top strip, we have, we are not borrowing for 712.3 billion naira Lagos Airport projects, and this was said by Keyamo.
Yes, that's the Minister of Aviation. And the big story, silent killer, soaring drug cost, ignorance, fueling, hypertension, and that.
Okay, we still have killings. Benue leaders seek EU, UK, US intervention.
And also we have unprecedented windfall as stock investors gain 25.7 trillion naira in 7 months. Wow. Good for the capitalists.
Yes.
Yes. So what else do we have for
Okay, we have no zone in North marginalized by Tinubu. This was said by Kaduna.
Yes, Kaduna Governor.
Yeah.
Abba. So let's talk about the issue on killings. Benue leaders seek EU, UK, US intervention. Barrister, have we gotten to this level where we can't take care of ourselves any longer?
We've been there for a long time. I mean, this kind of, the US have a cut-off age, largely. So now it's just private institutions abroad that are interested, those ones interested in charity, where you have perhaps a very rich individual, an industrialist, a business tycoon, like Bill Gates, and few of them all over the world. And it depends on where their interests lie. Not all of them have interest in just charity. Charity channel towards education, charity towards displaced citizens. All of them have passion.
Yeah.
They have the area where they... But now when a country collectively, a state collectively, they are so helpless to the point where they have to reach out to the European Union, to organizations across border. A cause for serious deliberation. You understand? Just over the weekend, Chimamanda have said that the middle class, the once known middle class in Nigeria, have been reduced to beggars. Yes. And I'm begging. The middle class people are begging. So when the middle class are begging, the ones in the lowest cadre, the proletariats, and the very vulnerable in society, the disabled, the homeless, destitutes and all that, where's their place in this society? That is why the same last week, Femi Falana SN called on the president to prioritize the welfare of the citizens. He should stop asking governors to go and do that. He should do that at his own level. Okay? So all over the country, this cry is there, The only people who are in opulence now are the politicians who even 2 weeks ago, it is now 2 weeks, a week before this week, when the US government, tweeted about the same situation. So that's concurrence of that voice. In fact, there's no law that says you cannot reach out to anyone for help. That's the truth.
But this time around, it's for the killing. I do not know. Is it that they are desiring to have some form of military organization come help them reduce the killing?
Yes. I know this one is tied to... Yes. No, because the killing also displaces people. The help is for them to come and help in combating this crime, of killing people, you understand? But, the resultant effect of the killing is what I'm addressing wholesomely.
Okay.
So, calling for help is a natural tendency of a society that is not getting the kind of help it requires or a desire from government. Okay. Yes. Because if you look at the last onslaught in Benue State, over 200 people, is it 200 or 2,000 people?
No, 200.
200 people were killed, and it's been ongoing like that without not abating. You have a governor in that state, you have the Nigerian police force, you have all the enforcement agencies, but when these killings happen, we don't know where they are. We don't know how they are able to. In that one, we're told that the local police station put up a resistance. We're thereby overpowered. Okay. Any reason that would warrant that would mean that that police station may not be as equipped as the force that came after them. Okay. An average police station, you don't have more than 20 operatives. You understand? In the country, because others are serving VIPs. So, more states will join that net in the days to come, because the insecurity is getting worse by the day. Okay, and it appears government is not responsive. The DSS DG has said that communities should protect themselves. I said it some time ago. The police, they used to say it indirectly too. When you go to a position to report that someone has been kidnapped, they'll ask you to go and pay ransom. Now, when they kidnapped their DPO, they went to pay ransom. So if police ask you to go and pay ransom, what it means is that everything is finished. Okay?
Very deplorable.
So that's what it is.
Okay, I think I have a question here, sir, for you. What kind of support can international bodies, offer in a situation like Benue, knowing that Nigeria is a sovereign country?
The only kind of support, that's why I started my analysis from, the only kind of support they can give is to give them handout, maybe food items and all that, for people who are displaced and whose parents have been killed, or whose loved ones have been killed and all that, or medical aids and all those kind of things. They cannot come into the country with their armed forces to come out without clearance.
Sure.
Yes, that will have to be with the agreement. If they are coming for peacekeeping, they are coming for, it has to be the sovereign that will make that interplay. No state, a state is a sub-sovereign. Issues of defense is under the exclusive list. So a state cannot usurp the authority of the sovereign, because a sub-sovereign remains a sub-sovereign. Yes, so, but a state can reach out, get aids, get kits, medical kits, this, that, those ones are give you a handout and things like that. But the state cannot go to get. But what the state can also do is to, the many states are doing it, train and work on their vigilante, which there's little or nothing they can do most of the time. Get forest, there's this forest guard, something that's ongoing now.
It's yet to resume, actually.
Yes, there's a training ongoing.
Yes, there's a
and
training.
Then there's yes, so forest management and things like that. We need more of that, because the enemies have left the city. They're in the forest. It's from there they plan all the attacks. So when they come into the city, they hit and they run back. When they kidnap, it is in the forest that they, keep the captors and ask for ransom. So the forest now have become a major target for this. In fact, the forest have become a security risk place, where every state needs to comb its forest to plan and manage and guard it against external aggression, against kidnappers. Delta State is doing it already. In Delta State, some individuals just took the initiative. I don't know where they got AK-47 from. I don't know where they got guns from. But they took the initiative and they are going to the forest. The last one they went, they intercepted the kidnappers in the bush. They were able to kill 2. Others fled. They fled and left the ransom. So they packed the ransom, and the 2 persons that were killed were thrown away and all that. So maybe many other states, because in Delta State they stay somewhere far away from the forest and use a drone to comb the forest. Then the drone is able to give them location. And these are soundless drones. It might be up very far up, you will not know, you won't see it. But it's able to give a 3D camera view of the entire forest. So from there, they're able to spot the kidnappers spot their victims and all that, and launch an attack against them, unknown to them, and they were able to kill two. So that technology, that pattern, because security is no longer just for the armed forces or for the policemen, because they kill them all the time too. I mean, they too as victims, as just ordinary citizens. So a time has come when we'll all be concerned if we cannot sleep because the enemies have surrounded us. Then perhaps we need to take our guns and go and meet the enemies. That's where it's going to. And that is a strong indictment on the government of this country.
Very strong indictment, you might say that. Yes. And I just sincerely hope that this will be taken to the northeast of Nigeria. Just a couple of days back, the military were about to intercept Turji, the notorious bandit. And just about the time they were about to get him, they had a signal from the Oga at the top that they should come back.
They should
retreat back. And why one is asking, why all of this suffering when we can get the man and we're asked to go back? So the complicity is really
it's even easier to get them in the north than to get them in the south.
Yes.
Because the south is mangrove forest, swampy mangrove forest in the south. Yes. This is where this thing was coordinated. I just spoke about. When the north, the majorly savannah areas, so you could see from afar what is going on.
Very true.
I think other states should adopt this initiative so that at least we'll have like it's going to
relative peace and ability to map everywhere and get everyone. So Barrister, let's take a look at this matter. We are not borrowing for 712.3 billion naira. Lagos project, Murtala Muhammad International Airport. Barrister, we're talking about $476 million, not for starting an airport from the grass, but renovation, just like it was done at the International Conference Center in Abuja. What's your take on this?
International Conference Center was just a fraud. They didn't spend up to that. You can't spend up. You can't even spend up to that to build a new International Conference Center. How much does it cost to build this kind? You see, because what has been packed into it, the corruption in it is bigger than the project itself. So that is just it. This one is saying they are not going to borrow, they are not going to do it. But the question is, where are they going to get the money from? Because I don't think I saw it in the budget.
Yeah, they said it's actually from the subsidy removal. I do not know where they're going to get the money from. They're not going to borrow it, but they said that has been approved already.
Okay, but it was not in the budget.
Yes, it's not.
It was not in the budget. So if you are telling us that you are not borrowing, and then you are telling us that this is the cost of what you want to build, you should be able to tell us where you are funding it from. Is there a private partnership arrangement to fund it? Let's know. Most airports in the world now are owned by individuals.
Yes.
You know the Heathrow Airport?
Yes, that's true. Yeah.
You know it's owned by Nigeria.
Yeah, by one Nigerian. Yeah.
So when you get to Heathrow, you will see that this is managed. You will know from the beginning that this is managed by private bodies, because everything is run like a corporation. You understand? From all points of views. So is that what they are trying to adopt? Because it's not telling us everything. It was on Channels TV yesterday. It wasn't saying much about. The discussion was supposed to be about the airport thing, but he switched into how ADC will not be able to win, and how because I was expecting Shewa Kimbaloye to draw
him back
more, draw him back, take him back to why. Because he publicized it himself. Kamu publicized it himself. You understand? And I liked the information when he gave it out. But when the program started, I mean, was he told not to say too much about it? Because I don't know. I don't understand. The job of the fourth estate of the realm is to, as much as possible, hold government accountable to the people. That's the job of a journalist. There's no other thing. The other one talk about certain agenda, entertain, educate, those ones are elaboration. The main job, you understand, is to hold government. That's the job that the Constitution gave the press in section 22 of the 1999 Constitution. Hold government accountable to the people. That's it. So, it's not giving us enough information. We are entitled, citizens are entitled to have full information about government policies. It's public discourse. It's a public assignment. A public officer is in charge. That's the minister. So this public officer is supposed to divulge, unrestrained. You are not borrowing. It's not budgeted for. It's not it's not under appropriation. So where are you getting the funding from?
But Barrister, do you think we should really bother ourselves knowing the state of that airport, how dilapidated it is?
Do you
think we should really be disturbed about where the money is coming from, but just to get that thing off the ground and
I'm not saying
the image of
I'm not saying that should stop the project. Okay. I'm saying for the purpose of accountability. I cannot wait for that airport to be. We all use the airport. We can see what it is. You know, the worst, when you will know how dilapidated that airport is, it's when you are traveling, when you are coming out from, say, the US or the UK into the country. If you are using it from here to Abuja, you will not feel it because the one in Abuja is almost like the same thing.
Yes.
The one in Enugu, the one in Asaba, all of them have the same semblance of decay. No matter how new they were built, they all have the same semblance of shame. You understand? It's not befitting. Yeah. It does not replicate the country. I mean, so you are surprised each time you go about airports. I flew from Cape Town to Stellenbosch, from Stellenbosch to within South Africa, and each of the airports, even the mini airports, you can't even compare what we have here with any of them. You understand? So, not to talk of when you are out in the US or in the UK. So we should have something that is befitting. I don't know why that control tower is still hanging dirty like that. The two of them facing each other, dirty and rubbish.
Built in 1979.
1979, a long time ago.
A long time.
You understand? So when he said they are going to scrap it bare, and I was happy. I mean, because for once we are looking at, taking down the carcass and building something that's befitting. It's worth it, because the last time they did the wrong way, because now you cannot say the wrong way, and the wrong way of standard.
Okay, it's better now.
No, very well. Okay. Because they are, when not Hadi Sirika, the woman, the lady before Hadi Sirika, that did that project, yes, exactly. Then there was a huge turnaround maintenance, but the maintenance didn't go through. They only built a new wing, a fresh new wing. Okay. But on the old wing, the plumbing, the carcass, everything is. I think that's what the focus is now, so that I can blend with the new side of the international airport. And that for me will be a good one if they can complete in 22 months, as they have said. And it's going to be for 22 months. What it means, therefore, is that say by the end of this government, we should have it running. By the end of this first term.
Yes, by the end of this first term.
It should be running, and it should give. I mean, Lagos is the economic capital of West Africa, not Nigeria. Is the economic capital of West Africa, so it should have a lot of countries. These West African countries, many of them come through the airport here. They patronize the Balogun market here in Lagos, so a lot of trade happen here. And from here, Lagos to London is the busiest route in the whole of Africa. Yes. Lagos to London, Heathrow, is the busiest in Africa. So we are strategically positioned. We have the population, we have all this. So let us spend this money on projects that will give us a facelift. Then when people come into the country, they take us serious. Because it stands now, when people fly in and they are not expecting much, they're not expecting more. Everything is not in order.
And funnily,
and it's unfortunate.
Barrister, when he was being asked about the Wi-Fi unavailability at the airport, I was so ashamed that we cannot get simple Wi-Fi, something CC hub. Some malls can readily give you Wi-Fi.
Yes, see, to get the Wi-Fi in the airport, it's just a question of initiative.
It doesn't need all those planning that Keanu was talking about, how the two agencies were battling. Who should control what?
Yes, now you don't have to pay. You don't have to pay. The internet provider will put advert on that internet. Anybody logging on first will view the advert. So the advert is what they will get their destination from, and then they too, the internet provider too, we collect money from other organizations and put their adverts there, because it's a big deal, because it's a gateway. If you go to the UK, any of the airports, once you land, because usually travelers are stranded when it comes to internet, because you are flying from your country with your own SIM.
Yes.
Most time when you get to that place, it's either you roam your phone,
Okay.
or you are relying on the internet of the existing place you are. And then if you roam your phone, not all the time you may have the kind of network you need. Okay. Yes, because most times you get to in November last year, I was going to the US. I went through Qatar. When I got to Qatar, I wanted to inform my family I was in Qatar. So I roamed my phone, it didn't work. So I had to use the Wi-Fi in the airport. Now you have many options, and 2 out of the 3 they have were working. So you could do whatever you want to do. And as you are viewing it, you see adverts popping in. Those adverts are popping in. So it pays for itself. So this one is saying, is it going to cost government anything really? I don't think so. Because already said 2 organizations are fighting.
Yes, are fighting.
That's to tell you that it won't cost any, because a serious business person, everybody want to have their goods and services displayed in the airport. That's the truth. Yes, I got to know. Yeah. You want your goods and services to be seen, because it's a gateway out of the country into the country and the rest of that. So they can actually get it done by resolving the problem. You can even have 2 internet providers. Don't say you want to have the options are there. The user can decide which one they want to use. So they don't need to stop. They don't need to fight. The airport is busy. The airport is 24 hours. It's like a police station. It doesn't close. It's on every time and all that. So a lot of business activity go down there. And I think it doesn't call for any kind of fight. All we need is management, proper management of the airport, and then they can deliver what it is they have to deliver.
Very soon for the Federal Airport Authority of Nigeria and NIMET. I love to believe, it's still the same old. Everyone wanted to have a share of the national cake. And it's so very despicable. Barrister, just before we leave in the next 60 seconds, if you may, let's talk about this issue of a soaring drug cost, ignorance fueling hypertension and the death in Nigeria. They labeled it silent killer. That is the unavailability or the exorbitant nature of drugs in the country.
I don't know whether this subsidy that was removed, whether it was targeted against drugs, because since they removed the subsidy, common antibiotics that you buy before for say 10,000, 12,000 or less, now you now buy for 30,000 plus. I don't know why the surge, and you see that is why I kick seriously against this GMO. By the way, it's my case this week for the middlemen. You see this GMO they are pushing. We are not ready for it.
Really?
We are not. You know why? We don't have public health care. If you go to America, go to the UK, if you go to their hospital, it's filled up like a stadium.
So you're right.
Have you seen, because you're as healthy as what you are eating. You're as healthy as what you eat or what you take in. So a country that does not have public health care that will stem whatever it is you are going to, because of the health implication of GMO and the rest of that. You don't have them, you're embracing it. People have been paid. Influencers have been paid on the ground. Let's bring it in. As though we cannot make do with what we have.
But what we have is not enough.
Recently. Because they say, hold on. They say, yeah, true. They said what we have is no longer enough because our farms have been eroded by insecurity.
Yes.
And therefore, our only option is that we must get on GMO. I don't think that's our only option. I think our only option is to go back and make our society safe, make our forests safe, so that we can this thing I'm telling you is an emergency. If it hits us, you see this thing we're talking about. Doctors are not being paid for this long and they go on strike. If it hits this country, it will be an epidemic. It will be a pandemic. Because, we don't have the medical know-how. Even if we have the medical know-how, we don't have the machines. Even if we have the machines, people have no disposable income. You understand me? Yes, people have no disposable income, and government have no insurance policy. In the US, in the UK, you just rush to the hospital. Insurance takes care of you. I mean, you already, you have medical insurance running. So you don't need to bother yourself. Why we go to India and go to all these places to take medical care and we are asked to go and bring, sometimes asked to go and bring 50 million, 80 million, 100 million and above, 200 million and above, just to attend to prostate cancer or some of the terminal diseases. Yes. It's just because we have no insurance. The citizens there that are covered by insurance pay little or nothing. Because over time, their premium from where they work, that little they are taking from them, over time accumulates, can take care of even heart surgery. In some of these countries like Denmark, Iceland, Finland, Netherlands, the insurance cover every kind of ailment. In some countries, they will tell you that if you have to do the heart, if you have to do this, and this, your insurance may not be able to cover, or it covers half, or covers parts. You pay part or something like that. There is some countries they've programmed it, but in Nigeria you don't have.
But is it an issue of the government? Because most of those insurance companies are owned by private individuals who are running it.
Government will ensure the policy. It's compulsory. Government will make the law on insurance, on health insurance. Government will enforce it. I'm not saying government should bring the money. You understand? There is a federal government where they take 5%.
Yeah.
The one that the other lady, when they say embezzle money, sometimes EFCC. Yeah. You know, that has to do with when you have injury in workplace. So there's a particular amount there. I'm talking about full package insurance. So if you don't have insurance, you don't have viable public health care, you don't have disposable, your citizens don't have disposable income, what are you doing with GMO? GMO is expensive. It's not just to eat. When you finish eating, you will not be able to address the consequences that comes after it. You understand? I'm not a medical doctor, but I've taken my time to read on this GMO. And I think if it's so fantastic, why are they paying influencers to begin to publicize it and the rest of that? So just because we have shortage, our next option is to make sure we have quantity. Okay, what happens to the consequences of quantity? We're not thinking about it. Our doctors are still living. As we're talking now, this morning, as we're talking, me and you,
Yes.
If I tell you the number of doctors that have left this country this morning, you will not believe it. More will leave tomorrow. The nurses are on strike. The doctors are threatening to go on strike. ASU is on strike now.
Yes.
You understand? So I don't think this GMO thing, I don't think government should think twice about this thing. This is properly debated. I don't think we are ready for this. Because in countries where these things are used, where they are adopted, all of them are in the hospital. All of them are in the hospital. So we should look at it again, look at it proper. This might be a setup. This might be a setup. So that we don't have these people who are advocating for population reduction. They are the ones sponsoring it.
Very true. Very complex world, if you ask me. Lots of things happening behind the curtain. And we just hope that we don't get affected. But most importantly, the parliaments, the parliamentarians, I just hope that they are good enough to even read through the books. Most of them don't even read. You pass all of those things to them. They don't even know what it is. They just, standing on the mandate, and they pass it. And we will be left with lots of GMOs all over the place. But let's see how that goes, Joe. Barrister will be here to take us on our main conversation. When we return, Peter Obi vows to serve only one term. It's still Enterprise Morning. Please don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.